Hello, and welcome to another episode of Crush That Exam Success Stories. My name is Dr. Beverly eBay, alumni member of Crush That Exam program, here to share a story of someone who has overcome their exam. Can you please introduce yourself, Jasmine, and tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're currently located?
Yes, so I have recently passed the EPPP because of Crush That Exam with Dr. Ligon's amazing, amazing experience. I passed on February 26th of this year, and I'm living in Atlanta, Georgia.
That is amazing. Congratulations. I'm so happy you're done, you're finished, you made it to the finish line. Such a big deal. What was your exam experience like prior to starting coaching? Like, how many times did you take it? What were the challenges you had?
Yeah, so before Crush That Exam, I had taken it 3 times. And so this is my fourth and final attempt on the 26th of February. And the first time I took it, actually the first 2 times I took it, I would say I was not in the right space. The first time I took it, I had just had ACL reconstruction surgery on my knee, and then I was like kind of studying through the pain and thought, oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal, and it kind of was. And then the second time I took it, it was very soon after I had to be relocated because my apartment exploded. Everyone was fine. There was a like gas leak and it caused the building to explode. So I know these are like very random and odd moments, but these were like life-changing moments for me, and I was studying at the wrong times. The third time I took it, I got a study coach who was not Dr. Lyons, but I worked a lot on my mindset and worked on just having a very positive, like manifesting type mindset. And I will say that was the first time I went in really confident. Um, and I don't remember the scores that I had. I do remember the second time I took it, I was like a point, like or two away. I was like a question or two away. Yeah. And then the third time I took it, I was about like 3 or 5 questions away. And then I got on YouTube. And after the third time, and I was just, I think I like typed in EPPP like study methods or something like that. And a video of Dr. Liggins came up, and that's how I found out about her because at the time she wasn't like advertising or anything. So I'm not sure if she's doing it now, but I know that the time she wasn't. And so that's how I found her through YouTube. And she spoke about how like the statistics of people retaking the exam, especially women of color and people of color, and how it's also financially draining. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's speaking to me. So I just Googled her, saw her online, and like emailed her or just like got connected to her through her website. And ever since then, it was great because it was the first time I ever had a actual study plan. Every time beforehand, I was just studying what I thought I needed to study, but she gave me a way to study that I did not have before, and that was a game changer.
That's amazing. I mean, and also, I'm so sorry that you had to go through so many of those barriers to get to this. And so many people have that same experience of just like feeling like something after the next, right?
Mhm.
That gets in the way of really being able to hone in on this exam. And it is financially draining. It's a lot of money.
Extremely, extremely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so great that you were able to kind of find out about her services that way. And it sounds like that's what made you decide to start taking the coaching services. Did you immediately start with her coaching or parallel?
No,
Um,
I did immediately the individual sessions, and I think I did the 30, I did a few 15 minutes, and then we upped it to 30 minutes because the
okay.
first phase, like I was just doing like flashcards. Those 15 minute sessions were good check-ins. And then
Okay.
by the time I was like towards the end, I was like, okay, I need you now. I like really need more time.
Yeah,
Like, absolutely book up. Like, go ahead. Yeah.
that's amazing. And that's actually similar to my experience. I
Okay.
think the closer you get,
Hmm.
the more you really want her hands on with you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She's really amazing at what she does.
Yeah.
What are like three things you really liked about the exam coaching program that kind of stood out to you as something just different for approaching this exam in a new way?
So the number one, top one was the fact that she had a plan, a master plan of how to study. She has her method, and I did not have that before. So it was great to see that I actually had a way to know how to study because my previous coaching experience, it was only focused on mindset. There was no plan. He was just like, make sure you're going in with a positive mindset. And I was like, that's great, but I still need to know what to study and like how to study it. Like I used PrepJet, and so I had like what to study, but I just didn't understand how to like organize it all. So she gave me a way to organize it. So that's number one. Second was the fact that she also does focus on having a positive mindset because that is very important. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, that's in her plan as well. And then third was how to talk to your family and friends about how you want their support, how you would like their support to look like for you. That was big because I'd never really done that, and I did something different this time around towards the end of my studying and everything. I had like a few things that interfered, like I was moving, so I had to push my exam back a little bit, and that was causing me a lot of stress. And I would still have family and friends being like, "So when's the exam? When's the exam?" I had to do something different. I was like, guys, let's pretend the exam is not existing for me anymore. Like, just I'm gonna take it when I'm ready to take it, but I just need everyone to just like talk to me about anything else, anything and everything else other than this exam. And that was amazing.
I
Everyone,
mean, it's so important to set those boundaries. And it's really great that that's one of the things that stood out to you too, because it is really important for this particular exam to have very clear boundaries with people
yes, yes,
about
yeah,
expectations, because the pressure alone is enough to induce that anxiety about passing and failing, right? The pressure of knowing 20 people are going to text your phone on
mm-hmm,
that day at that
mm-hmm,
hour. That's
mm-hmm,
a lot
yeah,
to think
yep,
about. So good for
exactly.
you.
Thank
Good for you.
you.
How long did you work with her for?
Oh gosh, I really wish I kept a calendar, but I don't really know. I know definitely more than 3 months, I would say, maybe
Okay.
about 5 months in
Okay.
total. Because and I liked that she was flexible with her plan. She has a plan of like how many weeks it can take,
Mhm.
or and I remember getting to a place where I'm like, I am not. I felt like I wasn't able to keep up with the plan. And she was like, don't even worry about it. Like, we're gonna go at your own pace. Like you do another study IO again and just like incorporate that like later or next week or whatever. She was just so flexible about it. And so I don't know. I definitely want to say a little, maybe 5 months, maybe a little bit more. Just given, especially because I was moving at the time. So yeah.
Right. I mean, that's a like almost half a year. Like
Yeah.
that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
I mean, what was some of the hardest things that you had to overcome while going through the program? Moving, it sounds like, was a major source of it, but was there anything else that you really had to navigate as you were starting this program even that helped you kind of stay committed?
Um, so I think like she'll talk about her snowball method thing, and that was really, really helpful of like how to study. And it did get difficult for me because, like I said, I felt like I needed to keep up with her plan exactly as it was. And it was like bringing some like flashbacks of like high school and feeling like I wasn't able to keep up sometimes. Um, and she was like, there's no right or wrong method. Like it was so helpful for her to just be so understanding of like my strengths and growth areas and where I like she focused me in areas where she was like, this is where you need, this is what you need. Like it seems like you need to slow down a little bit and make sure that you're still taking care of your health and your dog and your life.
Mhm.
So I would say like kind of I think it was my own insecurities maybe and some feelings of like I can't keep up, but then
Mhm.
she just helped me turn that mindset around. So that was
That's
amazing.
great. No,
Yeah.
that's good. And I mean, it can feel daunting, right? But I think when you break it down, when you really break down the steps of the program and the way she supports you to do so,
Yeah.
it's not as, overwhelming in the way that
Absolutely.
we, initially look at it. So
Hmm.
that's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently during your journey when you reflect back?
With Dr. Ligens specifically or
Or you're, yeah, well, during your journey in terms of just this process of the coaching program, studying, for the exam at all, kind of the whole journey.
I wish I hadn't been moving.
That is an additional stressor.
Yeah, that would have been
That's
nice.
hard. Yeah, that's tough.
Outside of that, I don't know because honestly, like she literally had the playbook and
Yeah,
gave it to me. And that was everything that I needed. So I'm not really think
that's
I
good. I mean, it sounds like you feel really satisfied with the process, how
extremely.
this went. Yeah.
Yeah, extremely.
Okay. What would you tell someone who is starting the exam coaching program with Dr. Liggins?
Hmm. Trust her. She knows exactly what she's doing.
I agree.
And it's like it's so weird because like
Yeah.
it won't feel like it at first, especially because if you're a retaker like I was, and
Yep. I was too. Yeah.
yeah, I had already had flashcards. I had already like read through all the materials from PrepJet and or whatever, program you're using. I remember at the very like towards the beginning of it, I was like, do I really have to reread all of this and like go through all my flashcards? Like I felt like I had to start all over again.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, but know that it's not going to be as daunting as it seems like. And I'm so glad I did it because I was hesitant. I was like, I don't need to do all this. I already have the flashcards. Just show me how to study through them. But I needed to rewrite my flashcards and I didn't need to go through, I didn't need to like rewrite all of them. A lot of them I was able to keep. I just needed to like add a sentence or two to some of them or just like create new ones, but it was not that bad. And that was actually my favorite part. I've heard it's not many people's favorite part, the flashcards part, like writing it, because it wasn't like it was also a warm up into me actually starting to study. And so I would say that like trust her. She knows exactly what
Yeah.
she is doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, you explained that really well. And it is not my favorite part either. The writing was not
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite part.
Oh, no, it was
But
my favorite part. I know it's most people's.
oh,
Yeah,
it was your favorite
it
part.
was my
Oh
favorite
my
part. Most
goodness.
people do
That's
not like
funny.
it. I
Yeah,
know.
I agree. But I will say it helped. It
Yeah,
helped tremendously. So I agree.
yeah,
I think that she has a very unique way of approaching this exam and it works.
yes,
And that's what I've seen, that's what I experienced.
yeah,
And I would say similarly to people to also trust the process, and to
yeah,
not give in too early, right? When it feels
yes.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. She helped me get extra time on my
Mm,
exam. I had not had that before, and I needed every minute of it. And she
mm,
also helped me to work on taking breaks throughout the exam. I had not done that either. So
yeah.
that I had like a whole lunch. I had 15-minute lunch break during,
Yes,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah,
And I didn't even know you should do that at exams.
right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And so lastly, what is something you're looking forward to now that you are done? You are finished. You can literally, this exam is in the rear view of your life.
That's
How
right.
exciting.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to now that you've
Oh,
passed?
building my practice.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to building my practice, getting on platforms that I wasn't able to get on because I have not had my license. So I'm still in the licensing, like getting ready to finish up licensing process. I'm still in that. And Georgia is just very difficult to get licensed in. We have a lot of other exams to take, but this was the biggest one. So, but I'm really looking forward to just building my practice and dating because it put dating on pause for me.
Right?
Yes. My whole life is on
Yes,
pause.
get yourself out there and start your
Yes.
life. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
good. That is really good. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jasmine, for sharing your story with us. We wish you nothing but success and happiness in this new chapter, and congratulations again. It's very
Thank you so
exciting.
much. Thank
Yes,
you.
you're so welcome.